Question 1. Your friend calls to make dinner plans. What do her children have on Thursday?
Hello there, this is Usha. I hope you're feeling better today. Thanks for suggesting dinner with your family on Thursday. I'm sorry, but we can't come because every Thursday evening my children have an extra English class. But we would love to see you, so are you free to come to our house next Wednesday? Call me and let me know. Goodbye.
Question 2. Your friend calls to arrange lunch. What day does he suggest?
Hi, this is Ali. It was lovely to meet you and your wife last week. Would you both like to join us for lunch on Wednesday? We usually go to a place in town that serves very good food and it's not too expensive. If you are free, please call and let me know. I hope to see you soon.
Question 3. Your colleague calls to arrange a meeting. What time does he want to meet you?
Hello, I'm calling from the office about tomorrow's meeting. I know we agreed to meet at Coffee Town at 10 o'clock, but I can't get there so early. I've got another important meeting. In fact, it's with my boss at that time. She just arranged it now. Sorry about that. So, could we meet at 11:30? I hope that's okay with you. Let me know.
Question 4. A colleague calls with a message from a client. When does he want to meet?
Hi, it's Jeff calling from the office. I hope you're having a good day. Sorry to call you on your day off, but one of your clients has asked to meet you on Thursday afternoon at about 3:30. He wants to discuss the changes to the budget. I don't know if you are available then. Could you call him back tomorrow on 111-498-2349? Thanks.
Question 5. Your mother calls to ask you to buy something. What do you need to buy?
Hi, it's Mum here. I hope work is going okay today. Your grandparents are coming for dinner tonight at about 7:30. On your way home, please can you go to the shop and buy some food? You don't need to get anything special. Just make sure it's not too expensive. I'm sure you have a good idea what they like. Anyway, thanks a lot. See you later.
Question 6. You hear two people talking about what to eat. What do they decide to have?
Hey, where should we eat out tonight? I don't want Italian food again. I fancy a change. Something different. How about Indian for a change?
Well, I had that yesterday for lunch.
Oh.
We could have fish and chips. Oh, you're not too keen on fish, are you?
No, I'm not. And we went to a Chinese last week. OK, I'll reserve a table at the Indian then.
Question 7. Emily is talking about her future. What is her plan for when she finishes school?
Well, I could go travelling to India for 3 months, or I could also start working with my brother in his shipping company. I've also thought about starting my own company, but I don't have the money at the moment. Perhaps in the future. So, I've decided to go straight to university and start studying medicine.
Question 8. A woman calls her friend. Why is she calling him?
Hello? Carlos? I'm calling because I won't have another chance. My bus leaves any minute. My holidays this summer were great, even though it was sad saying goodbye to everybody. I couldn't find you when I was leaving this morning, so that's why I'm calling. I'm sorry we couldn't meet for a coffee, but I hope to see you soon.
Question 9.
Listen to the phone message. What does the woman want Simon to get?
Hi, Simon. I need you to get something on the way home. We're okay for food. I bought something earlier. But we really need water. Could you get a couple of bottles, please? And forget milk. I got some. Joey wants you to get him a game, too. But he's got enough already, hasn't he? Thanks. See you.
Question 10. Two friends are talking about the man's new job. What did he used to do?
How's work going so far?
Great, thanks. Oh, people in the office are friendly, but it's still a bit strange sitting in front of a computer working with numbers all day. One thing I miss about being a teacher is talking to people all day long.
Oh, it has to be better than something like working in a factory, though.
And it's a lot less stress than being a doctor. I don't know how you do it.
Question 11.
Listen to a conversation about a new teacher. Which word correctly describes the teacher?
What's your new teacher like? Is she kind?
I wouldn't say she's kind, but she isn't mean. She gives us extra work to take home every day, but it's never too much.
You're lucky. My teachers give me a lot of homework and never enough time to do it in. Your teacher sounds quite fair.
Yes, I suppose that's a good way to describe her.
Question 12.
A woman talks about her holiday. What was the best thing about where she stayed?
When I arrived, I couldn't believe my eyes. The beach was so beautiful. The sun was shining and the pool looked so welcoming. Oh, and my room was perfect, with a great view of the sea, quite a luxurious shower area, and I had the most comfortable bed I've ever slept in. The restaurant and dining area were really pretty too, with lots of colourful flowers and ribbons everywhere. Every meal was wonderful, and the variety of dishes was like nothing I've ever seen before. That was what made it so memorable. All in all, it really was absolute heaven.
Question 13.
Listen to a radio book club. What is the woman's opinion of the book?
This was not the easiest review I've ever done, I'm afraid, given the complexity of the subject matter. This book was moving in so many different ways. Perhaps the most touching thing of all for me was the relationship between the main character and her daughter. The way they could not express their affection for one another was incredibly heartbreaking. The plot also was terribly convoluted. You think that there will be no end to all the things that happen to the families. The unrelenting, gloomy descriptions of the landscapes throughout the book also make it a rather depressing read. They're simply too gothic and over the top.
Question 14.
Listen to a programme about advertising. In the speaker's opinion, what do adverts not guarantee?
The viewing public is subjected to adverts on a daily basis and accept them as just a normal part of everyday life. Adverts promise us everything from shiny hair to beautiful skin. Just use these magical products and you'll be fine. Similarly, for those who don't have much confidence, use this makeup and the world will admire you. Yes, adverts, it seems, can help us achieve all our dreams. Nevertheless, the one thing they never assure us of is their honesty. Consequently, just how many of us notice the controlling effect these ads have on our lives? We'll explore this phenomenon in next week's programme.
Question 15.
Listen to a tourist complain to his travel company. What did the company advertise correctly?
Look, I'm going to go through it all again so you understand. Your company advertised this holiday resort as a heaven on earth with guaranteed sun and fun. If I'm not mistaken, that would suggest the place had constant sunshine and entertainment, right? Wrong. There's nothing entertaining about watching it pour with rain every day. And, if I'm not mistaken, delightful local food doesn't mean cold French fries with every meal. Oh yeah, one thing your brochure didn't get wrong was the extra charges. We had to pay tax on everything. Now do you understand why we want our money back?
Question 16.
Listen to a climbing instructor give instructions. Which route is the hardest?
I didn't explain that very well, so I'll just go over it again. Remember, wall climbing is a safe leisure activity if you follow the basic rules. There are 4 different routes on this particular wall. We've coloured the hand grips on each route according to the level of difficulty. Don't forget, you should never attempt the blue until you have successfully completed the lower levels. You need to master both white and green before moving on to the more challenging orange. Take your time with this one as it really isn't easy. Only then can you tackle the hardest level. Are there any questions?
Question 17.
A radio presenter recalls his first day at school. What frightened him?
Well, tomorrow, as you know, is the first day of the school year. I recall my first day with some embarrassment. We'd walked to the school with my older sister, and I was jolly enough to start with. Neither the noise in the schoolyard nor the older kids were that troubling. But when she took me to my class and said goodbye, my confidence disappeared. I began to cry uncontrollably. I felt scared and all by myself. Also, the teacher took an instant dislike to me, and I her. I remember she had a loud voice. The more I cried, the more irritated she became.
Question 18. Listen to a woman talking about her education. What did she enjoy most at school?
I went to, I guess you call it a progressive school. We studied the usual subjects, there was no escaping that, but on Wednesday afternoons we could choose what we wanted to do. Some chose sports. Now, I liked sports, but was never that competitive. Painting was fun, and the teacher said I was quite good, too. Physics and chemistry were more for the scientific minds. However, I never really found anything more satisfying than getting my instruments out and playing away with the others in the group.
Question 19. Listen to 2 friends talking about a film. What did they think of the film?
Well, that wasn't what I expected at all.
I know, me neither. I thought it was supposed to be romantic.
I'm glad it wasn't, but it was really slow moving. Not much seemed to happen.
I don't think so. It was okay to begin with, just the end was strange.
True, it was complicated. Then it just went on and I couldn't follow it anymore.
I don't even remember what the point of it was now. I got completely lost.
Question 20. Eva is talking to her colleague about her holiday. Did she enjoy her time?
Hi, Eva. How was your holiday?
Oh, well, it was certainly interesting. I've never experienced anything like it. Everything is radically different from here. The language, the customs, the cuisine, you name it, it's different. When we arrived, it was absolutely freezing. We had to wear all our clothes at once.
Oh.
Then we flew south for a few days, which was much better, but then Pavel got a ghastly stomach upset, so we couldn't do much. Still, it was nice to spend some time away from work. Such a crazy place, though.
Question 21. A radio presenter is talking about TV news. What should it do to improve?
Not much to stimulate your intellect in today's news, I'm afraid. I am getting somewhat tired of hearing about a film star's romantic problems or which country some famous personage is going to visit next. Surely there's something a little more diverting happening in the world. I'm not advocating more bad news, I should stress. Even nonsense about film stars is preferable to that. But some interviews with eminent scientists or thinkers might make us feel more intelligent when we watch it. It's totally understandable that many people think the internet is better.
Question 22. Two friends are discussing a film. Why doesn't the man like it?
Don't you think that was a fantastic film? You didn't like it?
Well, I thought the acting was terrific.
How about the plot? The way the love story developed was convincing.
It was okay, but it wasn't exactly revolutionary, was it?
What do you mean?
Well, so predictable. A botched bank robbery, car chases, and then a so-called twist at the end.
Yes, when they found out that the protagonist was actually a policeman. I saw that coming.
I'm convinced that was pilfered from another movie. It just felt too familiar.
Maybe before we go next time we should read the reviews.
Question 23. Two friends are talking about books. What does the man think of the books the woman recommends?
I've just read an absolutely brilliant book, Peter. You must read it and tell me what you think.
It's not one of your usual recommendations, is it, Jan? The last time you lent me a book, it took me about 3 months to finish. 1,000 pages of amazing creatures and an incredibly complicated plot. What a struggle! The time before that, it was about ancient Greek philosophers. Not the easiest subjects in the world, I have to say.
Well, that's nice. And here I am trying to educate you.
Question 24. Listen to the radio interview. Which type of issue does the man's charity deal with?
Today we have in the studio Dieter Klein, one of our most renowned aid workers and fundraisers. So, Dieter, given your history, this is an important charity for you.
Absolutely. Having lived in some areas that were affected by this kind of natural disaster, it's very close to my heart. And there have been some extreme cases recently.
How was it last time you were there? Is your charity helping?
Definitely. Many people have lost their homes, so it's nice to give something back. Paradoxically, in these circumstances, clean water is the minimum people need to survive. It's not a question of genes or chance.
Interesting. Now moving on to the situation.
Question 25. Listen to two colleagues talking about a work event. Decide what that event is.
I can't believe we only have 3 days left.
I know. We have to impress.
Have you got the refreshments?
I ordered them yesterday.
Excellent. Everyone in the franchise has been invited and you sent out the amended agenda?
Yes, and the room is booked.
Great. So you need to make sure the PowerPoint is ready and you practice your speech beforehand. Make sure you welcome him properly. He's such an influential character.
Hypothetically, he could make or break this company, or force us to amalgamate. I'd better practice on you later.
Sure. Let's meet in the green room at 5.